Okay, so once again, welcome everybody. Today we are joined by Gideon. Gideon was a student at Africa Data School. He started as a student. He went on to become an instructor at Africa Data School, and then finally, like in the last 1 month, 1 or 2 months, they went on to join Kenya Revenue Authority, that's the tax collector for the Kenyan government. So just to introduce Gideon to the audience that we have. So these are people who potentially might be joining the August class, and I thought it wise to invite them so that they at least can you know witness from someone who's been through those steps, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So without much further ado, Gideon, do you mind introducing yourself?
Okay. Yeah. So hi guys. So it's Gideon Hamisi, and just like Duncan has said, I was once a student at Africa Data School. Actually, we first talked with Duncan by online when I was inquiring about the fees and all that. I did a project, and then after a month, I was called. I came back to Africa Data School now to become an instructor. Something that I'm very grateful for because I would say it was a game changer for me actually, Duncan. Coming to tutor for you guys, for coming to tutor other people like me, and ADS actually helped me improve my skills so much in a very huge way. And yeah, despite from that, I've also done finance. I just graduated with finance the other day, this April, but currently I'm majorly practicing data science, or rather, let me just say machine learning to be precise. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for that introduction. So I think I'll just start with basic questions. So first things first, just tell us a bit about what did you learn in campus?
So in campus, that is now Bachelor of Commerce Finance option. That's my specialty. I went with finance. I guess the other campus is now ADS with now the data science and machine learning. Yes.
Okay, so before Africa Data School, you're doing finance in uni. Then,
Yes.
so while in uni, what made you want to do data science?
Actually, I normally see it. It's a funny story. So I used to be this kind of guy that wouldn't express himself out so much, but rather go do my thing on my own. So for me, I was going to do applied mathematics. I'm a purely mathematics person. I don't like a lot of theories. Like I do sometimes I usually ask my question, why do people say that accountants are mathematicians? I don't see the maths in it. But because the facts of because of the fact that applied mathematics was not being offered in Machakos University, I followed somebody else's advice, and that's how I found myself doing finance. But basically, even from campus, I wanted to do something to do with programming, but at first I didn't know what, because I just got scrappy with a computer. I've never, my first ever certificate to certify that I'm skilled with a computer came from ADS. So I've never been taught a computer. I'm just a natural person with it. So I decided after campus I must do a different course in, or rather, majorly trying to give me the skills of coding or other programming in any general knowledge. So I wasn't sure that I was going to do data science, but I was sure I wanted to do a programming course. So I guess that's how I fell up for data science.
All right, thanks for that. So fast forward, so you decide to do, to venture into the world of computers. So how do you end up
Yeah.
choosing data science and choosing data and, and choosing Africa Data School as your choice of place to do, data science?
Yeah. Yeah, so like I just said, with the degree that I was doing in Machakos, that was something that I was advised by someone. I didn't fight back. I didn't do anything. I just nilijitolea, and then I went and did it. So why did I choose data science? Number one, I started by looking for the best schools in Kenya, or rather the schools that tend to offer these kind of programming languages, or rather training people on all the programming languages. So I was skilled in Java and HTML. So so my main focus was now Python. And I can remember I was trying to choose the most recent programming courses, and we can all agree with this that data science is one of the most recent programming courses to be introduced to the, or rather to be invented to the world. Data science is very recent, so that was one of the major factors that made me choose data science, because it was more recent, and then I saw that it will also try to generate new, more recent opportunities, therefore creating new employment opportunities for young people like us. With Africa Data School, I did search the schools that do offer the data science course, and Africa Data School, I guess it was the second one that I saw after our very good friends over there. And I would say basically the fee terms and all that, it was totally convenient because I was sponsoring myself. I was basically sponsoring myself, and I couldn't. Some of the school fees from the other schools were a bit expensive, and I was also advised that why go for expensive and when you have to pay your school fees, you're the only one who can make yourself understand. You're the only one who can make yourself capture the concepts of the various programming languages or other concepts that are being taught, not the teacher, not the school. So for me, the school fees didn't matter whether much or small, but I wanted something that was convenient for me because I was still young. I didn't have a job. I was just hustling, writing, doing some bit of programming works for guys. That's how I've survived actually for the previous 2 years, I would say so. And I would say the basic factor for choosing Africa Data School, from the fact that I didn't know anything about the school initially, it, it was favorable for me in terms of the payment and as well as the terms that were there, and as well as the period for the teaching and the topics. I also went through the syllabus. It was rhyming with what I wanted because I also had to inquire before I enrolled with the course. The syllabus was rhyming with what I'd inquired prior to me joining the school.
Okay, there's something interesting there you say. Uh, Expensive or cheap, nobody can make you understand. They can make it
Yeah,
easier for you to understand, but the effort for you to be able to grasp those concepts purely lie on you as an individual.
yeah.
So you need to commit. You need to commit. Okay. So you started Africa Data School. How was the experience? How are your classes?
Uh, they, Yeah, the classes were nice. Actually, I don't know, but I can say I just became good with it because I can remember we were even having these after the class we used to create new Zoom meetings to do the assignments. I can remember that every Thursday we used to have with not everybody, we were a few of us because the whole class was 42 guys, but we had a kamukunji of like 13, 10 to 13. We used to do our assignments every Thursday. We used to have our own meeting, and also so up to date, I still have the contacts of those guys. They still ask me. Actually, they even give me jobs to do for them analysis. Some of them are decided to go for their masters. I'm working on two of the guys' projects. I'm doing two of the guys' projects in one of them is doing information science, a master's in information science. So when you're doing a project, you have to collect data and then analyze it, then give results. So I'm doing that for them. So I would say, based from all those factors, the experience was just amazing. Getting to meet people whom you understand the same language. For me, it was just great. It was just nice.
Okay.
I indeed really loved it. Yeah,
It sounds like when you help guys, guys also would want you to work for them as well.
yeah,
Okay,
sure.
cool. So what was your project? has to be at ADS we stress on someone, doing a project at the end of the course. What project did you do?
So my project was a medical project, and it was all about prediction of whether actually the data was based on ladies, or rather, let me say women, pregnant women to be precise, either is expecting a child or has been pregnant before, and to predict whether there will be a likelihood of them being diabetic or not, based on the factor that pregnant women or rather, they are normally posed with the challenge of having a high risk of being diabetic. So that was my problem statement, and that is not the problem of diabetes in with women who have been pregnant or are pregnant. The project was a success. I did for me. I think I was the only by that time, Duncan. I'm sure with the final projects, it wasn't compulsory to create an application. So for me, I did all of them. I did create the application, a usable application, as well as the analysis, or rather the creation of the model. And yeah, of course, it was a classification model trying to predict whether one will be diabetic or not, based on various factors such as blood pressure, skin thickness, the number of pregnancies that the lady has had, insulin levels, and I'm sure we do know such various features that do tend to affect diabetes. That was my first ever project, and I guess that is what made Duncan call me, because we not Duncan but John, because we had never talked with John before.
Yeah, so there's something we call proof of work. So the only way someone can know that you can do something is if you have something. So having something is essential for people to gauge whether you know what you're saying. So you finish the project, and then African Literature School calls you.
Yeah.
To become an instructor. How was it? How was your experience? And how long did you do it?
I would say I was a bit tensed on the first day, because it was now a physical class.
Yes.
And I'd never taught again before. And then I can remember during that time we had it was strictly English, because we had some few students who they didn't understand Swahili. And
yes,
African
they are
Data
from
School is
Uganda. Some are from Uganda.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, sure. And yeah, of course, ADS is an international school. So I guess English is the basic and the best language to compose communication. So I'll say at first, considering that I'd never taught again, it was quite rough. But again, considering the fact that I think I was even the youngest in that class, if I'm not wrong, because these other guys were so surprised with me being so young, and then I'm also trying to tutor them. But they did accept me. They were so smooth. We were able. It was a bit difficult because imagine I have to explain. I can remember like this guy was a bit. He was like 20. I think he was 20 years older than I was, because when I was joining ADS last year I was 24, and the guy was around 46. So I think you can see now, and I have to train him to become a data scientist. So they did accept me as I was. I did love the experience. I also do remember a lot of them. A few of them we do still talk. I can remember even sometime, Duncan, when you were sending me something to do with employment and stuff like that. So I can remember some of them were even text me asking me, I can see you asked me for through my mail. I saw this. I told them yes. When an opportunity arises, as long as you did your project nicely, you'll indeed get a job. It was so amazing, especially and like I've mentioned at the beginning, it's really I would say like 80% of the efforts that I've put on through instructing are are what have made me become this good, or rather as good as I am right now. Because before every class you have to prepare, meaning that you have to repeat those concepts again and again, which makes it like a habit for you to capture whatever you've been trying to study. And then once you capture, we can all agree that once you capture, it doesn't go away. You retain it. So you just capture it, you go teach. Okay, You've taught, yes, but the knowledge will not go away. You know, you just have to retain it, and then you just put it into practice. Don't let it go. Just put it into practice, and yeah, I would say basically. So it was the experience was just beneficial, not only to the students, but to me, it was a huge plus. It was a
Yeah,
really huge plus. Yeah.
yeah. I think when you're able to teach someone a concept, it means you have to learn it and understand it to the best, so that
Yeah.
you can help the other person. So for those looking to join, as much as you may not be instructors, make sure. Yeah. So as I was saying, as much as you're not instructors, uh, you can still be able to help someone, you know, uh,
Yeah.
work a problem, and then after helping them work a problem, it means you yourself will be able to learn even more than they will. So fast forward now, how long did you work at Africa Data School? How long did you work at Africa Data
Sorry,
School?
Duncan, you just breaking a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Duncan, there's a bit. Yeah, I can now hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So, as I was saying,
Mhm.
how long did you work at Africa Data School?
So Africa, I would say 1 year and around 2 months,
Okay.
because it's from 15th of March last year
Yeah.
until the last cohort that I had. So I didn't start the June, so until May. So I would
Until
say
May.
1 year, 2 months. Yeah,
Okay.
until May.
So now you shifted. Which company are you in now?
Yeah, so I did an application with the Kenya. Okay, let me be honest. My dad is friends with one of the commissioners. So we have 7 departments in Kenya Revenue Authority. Yeah, so where I'm working right now, it's the Kenya Revenue Authority. My dad is one of the friends of the commissioners over there. But what I did was funny. So I proved to this guy. Now they were deskies from high school. So they normally visit each other. So I just proved to him something, and he took my number. And then he told me that was way back in around February. So we did keep in touch, and then finally an opportunity arose, and then he called me. I would say that's how generally I got into KRA. It's not easy, but at the same time, I would say I performed much better in the data science part, far from the finance part. And currently, I'm practicing data science, yes, but I'm still under probation because I'm still. It's now 1 month and a few days since I joined KRA. I'm still under probation, and okay, in KRA, I would say they have to know that you can work under all conditions, working under pressure, working under everything, and then you must also be precise to holding the goal, which is revenue collection. By the way, yeah, guys, people, they don't have any other thing to tell you apart from collecting revenue for the country. That's the major purpose of this. So from the 7 departments, I'm in a department that is referred to as LSBC, Legal Services and Board Coordination. So the work over here majorly is to fight back the citizens that tend to fight Kenya Revenue Authority. By this, I mean maybe I've told you you're supposed to pay a taxation, or rather revenue of 1 million shillings, and you don't want to pay that, or rather you feel that you've been treated unfairly and you're not worthy paying that kind of amount. So you normally come here, you come and either you decide to talk with us, either you decide to take us to court. I guess those are the only two, or the other option is you decide to pay. So it's either pay, talk to us, or go to court. So over here we have a lot of lawyers. We have a lot of data guys like me. We also have a lot of financialists, because doing the summations and all that. But I would say even guys who have done biochemistry, they're also working here. I don't know why, but I guess they're also practicing over here. So right now I'm an officer. I'm yet to be to get to those high heights, but we are getting there. There's a lot of work over here, by the way, guys. There's a lot of work.
Okay. Thanks for.
Yes, Duncan. I hope I've answered you.
Yes, you've answered. You've answered. Yes, and so thank you for giving us your journey. And now I'll let people from those who have joined the call to go ahead and ask questions. So kindly, guys, if you have a question, you can type it on the chat, or you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Anybody have a question? Maybe relating to, you know, what Gideon has just told us, or about the school, about the fees, about, you know, what happens after the school. We are here to be able to answer all those questions for you. So please, if you have any questions, unmute yourself and ask, or you can write on the chat. You can write your questions on the chat, or you can just, you know, go ahead and ask your question. Millicent, you've unmuted yourself. You want to ask a question?
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me.
Now we can hear you.
Okay. So my question is basically I'm not an introverted person. So my worry with data science has always been do I have to do I have to always be on the machine, and also the issue of developing apps, I feel I don't have the patience. Do I have to be creating apps when I'm in that space?
Creation of the applications. Okay, the last time I was having a meeting with the Hack Hub, I told them this. There's no need for you to do a particular try plugging my phone. There's no for doing a project that you will be the only one who will use it. So you just have to do a project and make it possible for other people to use it. So how is this possible? So this is possible by, wow. This is possible by creating an application that somebody else who is not you will be able to use it. I would say basically that. So creation of the apps is important, but then at the same time, don't also forget to code, or rather to create your machine learning models. So stay on your computer, yes, that's essential, but not necessarily all the time, but as well, just create time for yourself to do all these all together, but not necessarily just staying on your computer for the whole day. It may be tiresome and ineffective, but just try.
Millicent, just wondering, what's your background? Like, what are you currently doing?
So my background, I did a business information technology course as an undergraduate.
Okay.
And then right now, my interest is in monitoring and evaluation. Sorry, my background is a bit noisy.
It's okay.
Yeah, so right now my interests are in monitoring and evaluation. So that is why I'm specifically interested in data analysis. So I'm just trying to balance between data analysis and monitoring and evaluation.
Okay, so for your specific career path, it's okay to actually do data analysis, and the kind of skills you learn is, one, you build confidence in using data analysis tools for monitoring and evaluation. So
Okay.
you will not always spend time building apps, especially for data analysis, but you spend time doing analysis using the different tools.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that's okay.
Okay. So thank you so much for your question. So I'll take another question here from Akot. Akot is saying, it was a nice talk. I came in late, but got inspired. I'm wondering though, how will I fit in? But hopefully it should be that hard. So Akot, one of the things you'll find out is when you're going to probably a new field, no one has it figured out. And the first step is to just show up. The rest of the things are likely to just take care of themselves. So yeah, so don't worry. Once you join, I'm sure you'll get a hang of it. Anyone else have a question? Anyone else have a question? Kindly. Before we wrap up. Anybody have a question before we wrap things up? Going once, going twice, and I think we'll call it a day. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. I hope you got inspired. We've made a recording of this, so I'll be sharing it sometime tomorrow for people who are not able to come in early or for people who are not able to join. So thank you so much for coming. I wish everybody here all the best. Gideon, thanks so much for making time. I know we came in during your work hours. You made time to just go out of your way to, give your experience, and I'm so grateful for that. For everybody else who came, thank you so much. Make sure to be checking your email addresses for the coming week. From tomorrow and the coming weeks, so that you can get the updates on the class, updates on the fees, and updates on things like this webinar we just had today. And without much further ado, have a good time. See you next time. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye to you guys.